Test, test, test. Hi all and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll just wait for a couple of more minutes for people to come in and join us. And then we can start the broadcast properly. And I'll just check that we are on.
As the French Finance Minister Le Maire then says he is not worried about growth in France or Europe.
Properly, and I'll just check that we are on. We are on. Okay, so hi all and welcome, welcome, welcome. Very quick and very brief recap of what I'm looking at today. This is going to be fast and furious, no more than 15 20 minutes max. So we had a fairly volatile sell-off on Friday, and markets, equity markets and some currencies, and in particular commodities, we had an oversold rebound overnight, and this represents a fairly
So according to AFP news agency, they say Merkel and Scholz to hold talks with German regional leaders on tougher COVID curbs.
Fairly decent opportunities now. So the two schools of thought. First one is looking for a shorting opportunities into this oversold bounce back. Basically, some analysts are not convinced that this quick rebound.
Moving back to French Finance Minister Le Maire, he says public debt must be reduced firmly but progressively, and says it would be an error to restore public finances too quickly, as this would risk hurting the economy.
This rebound is healthy and beginning of a new bull trend, so they're looking to short sell the rally. On the other hand, is if you go and take a look at a longer term picture, trend is still intact, so therefore loads of people would be looking to buy the dip. So from the trade setup for Dow Jones, and what I'll do is I'll tell you about a few setups that I'm looking at the moment. Nasdaq, Dow, FTSE. I have open position in crude oil, and I also have an open position in gold. I don't have anything in currencies at the moment, but I'll briefly touch on that as well. So what I'm looking at here is I'm looking for this zone down here. So if I see a corrective pullback close to the US Open, so basically a sell-off, 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 sell-off into this zone here, and the level is 34,650. So basically just close to these lows down here. Then potentially that could trigger a long setup with a stop down here 34,480, 475. So this is basically the zone of a risk here. So it could be up to 70, 80 possibly points of a risk. And then for the price to bounce off that and carry on moving higher, a couple of levels of interest. First one is at the cluster of these lows, 35,420 for profit taking. Breakouts above that level, potentially up here towards 35,850, where the price would meet this falling resistance trend line, fib retracement.
So the Financial Times now coming across with their spin of that earlier piece reported by Handelsblatt. So the EU plans a 300 billion global infrastructure spend to rival China's Belt and Road Initiative.
So at the moment there is no setup here. I'm waiting to see if this is triggered when the US markets open, but these are the levels for
moving back to French Finance Minister Le Maire commenting on cryptocurrencies. Says one of the priorities for the French EU presidency will be to put into place a digital euro.
The other market that I'm looking at the moment from the US markets point of view, I am looking at Nasdaq, and yet again very, very similar picture. For me, this still trend is still intact. We saw a massive sell-off on Friday, oversold bounce back overnight in Asia and also European trading, and now we are seeing this bit here. So two opportunities here. First one is to short the rally for another leg lower. So that's if somebody is bearish, or if they feel that this new COVID strain is possibly impacting recovery in more meaningful way. For people who feel that this new strain is very mild, potentially they're looking to buy the dip. So that dip could likely be bought down here towards 16,000, nice and round number, 15,980. So from the kind of intraday point of view, a sell-off at the open into these lows down here. So it's not exactly the single level, so 16,040 all the way down to these low here at 15,980. So there's a zone of about potentially 30, 40, 50 points around there somewhere where the buyers could possibly return. So gap close, stop in that case would likely be just below, trend line below some meaningful previous swing lows at 15,850 for a rally higher towards 16,320, breakout above that level, possibly 16,450, 16,500 and so on. So from the risk to reward point of view, this also makes sense to me, because the amount of risk on this trade is potentially very, very small comparing to the potential reward. So we have 1, 2, 3 and a bit, so almost like 3.5 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Happy with that. So that's what I'm looking at with Nasdaq as well. So yet again, nothing open here at the moment. It's not triggered, levels are not met, and I'll need to wait for that to be initiated when the US markets open, and if it's met, then I'll reassess it and look for a confirmation to get in based on the set of trading rules that we are talking in our courses. Now, the other thing that I'm looking at the moment is FTSE. FTSE is also actually a really good setup. So from the European market, this is a daily FTSE. Yet again, big massive correction Friday, and then oversold bounce overnight. So the level of interest for me on FTSE would be at 70, 80 or 7,100, around there. If the price corrects from there, then potentially we could see a bounce higher, a breakout above here, also bounce higher. In either case, this would be the level where potentially could be of interest to get in long. The stop is at 70.20, so it's about 60 points of risk here for a potential extension to the upside towards this zone here, 7,210, 7,250, 7,260. So it's about 50 point zone up here for a take profit level. Yet again, not completed just yet. I think this will likely react to what's happening with the US markets when they open as well. So that's FTSE. The other thing that I am looking at today, and I have that currently open, I am currently long crude, and I'll just want to show you. So the crude oil had a massive corrective pullback on Friday. Yet again, worries about new virus, how will that impact the travel industry and so on, and this came to a fairly decent support level down towards 68, and then bounce off that. From the intraday point of view, a very nice gap higher, Morningstar reversal, push higher in an hourly. This looks really bullish to me. So either way, I'm looking at the continuation, at least continuation, and oversold bounce back towards these areas up here, so 75.30, where you'll be likely to take some partial profits, and that'll be definitely an area of interest for me. So what I'll do is I currently have a really tight stop on this trade, and I'll show you where I am with that. So there we go. Yeah, again, this is all based on a basic stuff that we are talking every single day in our community, and also in our courses as well. So if you want to know more, feel free, get in touch. So this is where I am with crude. I'm currently long crude around here, about 70-60. This is a shorter term time frame, so it's a 15-minute. So my stop was initially a little bit lower. It moved to about 30 points below my entry. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to move my stop above my entry, and I will try and manage the risk in that way. So there is my stop. Sorry, you probably can't see because my camera is in that corner, so you probably can't see this. Now this is better. So this is my stop. I'm going to move my stop above my entry and lock in about 20 points on this trade. What I will also do is I will also be looking to take partial profits if we go higher, and then look to take profit towards that 74-75 area if possible. So that's where I am with this trade. I'm keeping it open, and I will be managing this risk by moving my stop higher. So really happy with this trade. I'm keeping it open. I think that a big sell-off on Friday was overdone. The other thing that I have currently open, and that's not it's in the money, but it's not looking as good as it was a little bit earlier, is gold. So I have a particular interest in gold here. So this is gold. We had a massive spike higher. If you remember, on Thursday and towards the end of last week, I was long gold, and I was looking for a breakout towards 1800.
Geopolitics here. Iran's foreign minister saying Tehran will not accept any requests beyond the JCPOA.
And then above 1800, I was looking at 1808, and then possibly even slightly higher towards 1810, 1814, and then 1821, 1833, and 34, and so on. And then we saw this massive range here, which triggered that. So really happy with that. I'm in another trade now. Still happy with it. Looking for gold to reverse and push higher, for another attempt towards 1800. So that's where I am with gold, towards 1800. So that's definitely an area of interest for me, for gold. So let me just show you that. Trade as well, and then I've just realized the time we are. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. So here we go. Here's the gold trade. It was much better before. I was really happy with that trade, but so a cluster of the lows, wicks, buying pressure. Sorry, here we go. So wicks, support, plenty of reasons why. This appears to be corrective pullback. I'm looking for more upside. It didn't break through 1800 here. I'm looking for another attempt and breakthrough 18 towards 1810, 1808, 1810. I'll be happy with that. My stop is a little bit wider here. I don't like the way this is happening at the moment, so I'll put my stop about 3 points below where I entered. So I'm risking about, I don't know, 30 euros on this trade, not even 30 euros on this trade. Currently in the money. We'll be watching this very, very closely, but looking for a push higher towards 1800, possibly 1808, 1810. That's where I am with gold at the moment. I've just realized the time. It was lovely talking to you all. Stay safe, happy trading, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.